Here we go. Next game here up against the Milwaukee Bucks. This should be a fun game to play because we should be able to whoop their ass.
Doris Burke will be along too from the sideline.
But how y'all doing? Oh,
here is Knight coming off a solid outing against Denver.
But
to the middle. Here's Middleton.
For our topic here in this MYCAREER video, we're going to be talking about the upcoming season.
Middleton's got 9.
Rebounding's going to be the
like thoughts and who I think's going to win and stuff like that. Some key things that have happened leading up to
show that they've got the edge on the glass.
So for the Hawks,
probably one of the more important things. This isn't the most important thing. We'll get into that very soon, which will make me sick talking about it.
He's guarded by Knight.
But the Heat didn't accomplish a three-peat.
Jumper off the screen, Horford.
Instead, we had the San Antonio Spurs win the championship. Which, congratulations to them.
Game plan going into that game, and it was
I'm not going to bitch and moan
powerless the
the rest of my life about it. Maybe
powerless is a good way to put it, Steve. We're unlikely to see that many uncontested baskets.
But yeah, congrats.
Time on the clock. Here's Mayo.
Guys,
that drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. Mayo's got his
now the most important thing. Oh God, this is making me sick just talking about this. LeBron James.
Steve, you're right. I mean, they're getting picked apart out there.
Going back to Cleveland. To be honest, I don't even want to really talk about this, but we're talking about the upcoming season.
Here's the great.
Why not talk about
it? Knight grabs the board.
Excellent, really solid job
LeBron James.
by the defense to get in his
Said
way.
Screw you, Miami. We're going back to Cleveland.
Brandon Knight spent 1 season at Kentucky, now in his 4th
season
in the NBA.
This is a good season for LeBron, probably, but for Miami,
this
is a real dick in the ass.
Gets it to go.
And the Miami Heat fans.
Really come together immediately, threatening to run away with this game. It's hard to imagine.
We've had 3 players retire. Chauncey Billups.
If they can, watch out.
Derek Fisher. And Shane Battier, which really broke my heart because I was actually a fan of his. I liked him a lot. He kind of played like I do. Sort of.
Unloads. Brand trying to free himself up, and it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
Now, Derek Fisher, obviously the most successful of the 3, winning 5 NBA championships. Shane Battier winning 2, and
shot by Knight, no good.
Chauncey Billups winning.
Where's the defense? He's got to make that shot though.
Here's the great.
Their
offense stone cold.
How many did he win? 1. And why that? This is why you can't multitask when you're doing a live time.
Quiet so far offensively.
Alright,
his first
made a
points of the game.
But what they're going to be going on to do in Shane Battier, probably lay on home, eat some Doritos. Chauncey Billups, eat some Doritos probably. Derek Fisher's going to become the head coach of the Knicks. Now the Knicks going into this next season, I'm actually very confident about. The Knicks are one of my favorite teams as well because they're one of my home teams. Them along with Brooklyn Nets. They're the second favorite team of mine.
I think the defense got lucky right there. I mean, he's going to make a lot more of those than he misses when he's got that much room.
Melo re-signed,
which
is good. Plus we have, J.R. Smith, Iman Shumpert. We have some decent young talents on the Knicks along with Melo, who's not even in his prime.
Here's what Milwaukee's going with right now. John Henson's checked in for Parker.
And with a 5-time NBA champion like Derek Fisher
subbed in for Brandon Knight.
Coaching this team, I'm confident
Here's Bazemore.
that
no good from
we'll do a lot better.
Kevin, you can tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
And possibly make it to the playoffs.
Shaking his head after that miss.
Once we get closer to the championship once again.
And no good.
The Knicks being 3-time champs.
Boy, for my taste, he's far too inconsistent with that shot. I mean, he's got to make those.
Hard to believe that
he's
one
going
of the
to take his game to the next level.
Won 2 championships, when the Celtics have won like 20.
From 10 feet out, that's good. The
obviously not
5 now.
In estimation. Wade and Bosh re-signed with the Heat, thank God. But still,
Walters passes to Henson.
This upcoming season does not look good for the Heat.
To the rim for the layup.
Al Gasol joined the Bulls, whatever. Paul Pierce went to the Wizards. I'm actually surprised about that. Buenos, that does suck for Brooklyn. Either home team.
Passes to Brand.
Because they did a lot to get Paul Pierce and
the Hawks working the ball around.
Whatever. That kind of sucks for us.
6 to shoot. 3-pointer.
For 2 years, surprisingly, he signed with
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
And Wade signed for another 2 years. I can see that. I don't see Wade retiring for
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks.
I know it sounds crazy, but that's the way it is.
The Hawks trail by 11. Here's the great. He has 5. And
what the hell is that?
And as it goes out of bounds, Atlanta able to keep the ball here.
But who I think is going to do well, the Heat. I'm telling you now, they're not going to do well at all. I hate to say it.
12 seconds
but it's just not
left
going to
in the
happen.
first quarter.
We don't have a superstar team anymore. We have Wade, who's slowing down.
Here's Walters. Mayo, and that's for 2.
We have Bosch, who's not a superstar. He's just good.
And
we got Danny Granger.
Wraps up already a double-digit lead.
Along with a couple others that are just
lead by
okay.
11. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment.
The Heat's just, they got fucked over big time.
Chris Middleton's checked in for
this past summer.
Parker comes in for Jared Dudley.
So,
Jay Mayo, he's checked in.
We're not winning a championship this season.
And Knight subbed in for Walters.
Or any
season
will
go for a different look here.
That matter.
Brand's checked in for Horford.
Unless we get a
comes in for
good player, some sort of a trade or free
checked in for Kyle
draft or
and the great
whatever.
subbed in for Jeff Teague. And so in the game for the Hawks, the
Cavs,
in at point guard.
They're winning the championship this year. It's written in stone pretty much.
At the shooting guard position.
Boy, they're really bad.
They are
not
just
sitting back, being aggressive,
in great hands right now with so much momentum. They got LeBron back. Kevin Love signed with the team. Bandwagon
That's also good. So he hits both free throws.
They have Kyrie. It's like a new big 3 over there.
Well, one issue facing the
plus they have Anderson Varejao, who's a beast rebounder. They signed Andrew Wiggins.
Yeah, agreed.
It's written in stone. They're winning the championship this year. There is no way around it. They are the best team in the NBA.
It was a slow start for him
right now.
But he started to take off since we hit the second quarter, guys.
And nobody's too old on that team.
Screen on Knight.
LeBron is in his late 20s. I'm pretty sure.
And it's blocked.
Not early 30s. I'm pretty sure it's late 20s though.
And Doris Burke has a report for us from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin. Well, for
Kyrie's young.
Antetokounmpo and his brother Thanasis, a second-round pick,
and
a dramatic change of fortune. Living in Athens, they
the Cavs are going to be unstoppable.
We'd be on the street selling a toy, a watch, something. And
the Heat may make it to the playoffs.
Guys, their attitude hasn't changed.
But they're not winning the championship. They don't have a chance.
They know how much every
the Knicks, I can see having a wonderful, not wonderful, but a better season that they've had than they've had in recent years. But they're not winning the championship either. Because the Cavs are just going to be unstoppable.
Success that galvanizes support.
The Thunder, I can see having a good season as well. Because of obviously KD. KD's one of the best players in the league right now, along with LeBron and others.
The rebounding has been terrific.
Yeah, that's just one of the few things that have gone their way today.
Passes to Middleton.
Otherwise, other teams I don't see too much. But the Brooklyn Nets aren't going to do too well because
5 on the clock.
They don't have anybody young for a while, except maybe Darren Williams.
Rebound right now in the game.
And with just him, it's not going to work out in their favor.
And he takes that one up and powers it through. None of the defenders wanted anything Clark to do with him on that jam.
Timberwolves, I don't see them doing well this season either. Kevin Love going bye-bye.
Whoever decided to get in his way.
All right, I understand, fellas, but come on. You've got to challenge them a little bit at least.
Lakers, I could see... Can't really see him doing too well. Maybe just okay.
Out of bounds, Atlanta will take possession.
I mean, Kobe's not going to bring him going to get himself a 6th ring by himself.
By 17.
Basically, I see this being a Cavaliers dominant year. The Spurs are going to be an afterthought by the end of the season.
Got his 6th rebound on the night.
And obviously, I don't care
now the Hawks
who wins
the other
championship this year, as long as it is not the Cavs. I don't care if the
Dishes it to
Spurs
Knight.
beat them. I'd be happy
Lays
as
it up
hell.
and banks it in. Knight's got 7 points.
To be honest with
Getting way
you.
too
Just
many
as long as the
high
Cavs
percentage
lose, I'm
looks
happy.
close to the basket, and tell you what,
It
when
could
they're
be
getting
the
them, they're
fucking
converting.
Bucks.
You know, the play in the paint, an aspect of this game that has gone entirely
And
their way.
I'm in. I'm all for it. And 2 turnovers in the last time.
Kicks to Parker. Now the dish to Knight.
And how the hell are the Bucks pulling this out like this?
He feeds it to Middleton. Goes up on the wing. That's good. The assist that time from Knight. He's got 18.
You know, he started out hot, and
But honestly,
he's only
this
gotten
next
hotter.
season is just going to be a
He'll in
shit
for
show
one of
for a
those
majority
games.
of the league.
Millsap a screen on Knight.
The Cavs.
Here's the
If I were to
great.
place bets
He's
on the
guarded
NBA
by Knight.
Finals, Cavs
The
would be my
shot's
number
good
1
from
bet.
The great. The
Hate to
great's
say it,
got
but
4
it would
points
be
in the
true.
quarter. Bucks leading by 19.
Honestly, to end off the commentary portion of the video, fuck you,
1:14 left to play
LeBron.
here in the half.
Fuck you, Kevin Love.
Henson
Fuck you,
sets a
Kyrie
screen for
Irving.
Knight.
Fuck all you Cavaliers. You go go suck a
Millsap grabs the
massive,
miss.
giant dog.
Millsap's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Screen
Okay.
by Brand.
Say
To
strong
the
D
inside.
Wade.
And stolen by
And
Mayo.
you know what? I'm
Fast
just gonna
break,
stop the commentary
Milwaukee.
right now. Stop making apps of
Shot's
myself.
good by Middleton. Middleton's got 20.
Boy, they are passing the ball very crisply right now.
They sure are. That's 3 straight buckets that have come off of assists.
The great passes to Millsap. Here's the great, covered by Parker. Back to Millsap. And the basket good. Millsap's got his first points of the night.
That's the way to work the ball in close to the hoop, guys.
Milwaukee has gotten half their shots from three-point range to go down in the second quarter. 3 of 6 from downtown. To the left side wing. Back to Knight. He dishes it to Henson. And a strong finish with 2 hands.
Finding the open man every trip down the floor.
Certainly seems like he's doing that, Steve. I mean, it's been a great passing day for him.
Here's the great. And the Hawks getting another basket right there. Now Knight. He's got 7. Here's Parker. Yes, and Knight with the assist that time. 14 points for Parker.
They've done a lot of good work with the ball, really moving both the ball and moving bodies, getting quality chances at the hoop.
And they're not wasting chances when they get it. I mean, they're hitting their shots.
And through one half.
Well, obviously a lot of ground for you guys to make up in that second half. Do you expect Coach to shake things up to try to jumpstart you here in the third?
I wouldn't be surprised if we did. We came out late and agged that first half, straight up. Right now, any change to wake us up will be welcome. But we know we can play a lot better than that.
Hang tough, young man. Kevin.
All right, fellas, let's focus. It's not going to be easy to quiet this crowd down in the...
Well, it's been a one-sided affair, so Jared Dudley's checked in for Milwaukee. Nate Walters comes in for Knight. Then for the Hawks, Eldon Brand's checked in for Horford. And Max subbed in for Paul Millsap. Nate Walters out there with Antetokounmpo. Then there's Jared Dudley. Then there's Parker. And it's Sanders in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the group for Milwaukee right now. 6 to shoot. Here's Korver. The shot is off. And Milwaukee will come the other way. The greats checked in for Atlanta. And now Doris has an update from the sidelines.
I was able to listen in on what Mike Budenholzer had to say to his team. He urged them to do everything possible to create open looks for each other. Talked about setting picks, running more set plays, anything to shake free of that defense. Also, he said that he'd like them to operate quickly on offense, finding and taking shots early in the shot clock. Clearly, some adjustments there had to be made because the time left for a comeback is quickly running out. Kevin, over to you.
Thanks again, Doris. Out of bounds, Milwaukee takes possession.
Over the last month, we'll take a look at where the Hawks rank in the NBA stats. 3rd in blocks, 4th in lowest turnovers per game. You know, they also show up in the top 5 in opponent scoring. That's a good number, and that's a good place to be as a team in that statistical category.
And to me, what really stands out with all those numbers you talked about, Clark, are the blocks, because they're a physical team. They're dominant in the paint, and they've got great length. And when they're between you and the basket, it's tough to get a shot over these guys.
Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Feeds it to Dudley. And that's out of bounds. Milwaukee will retain possession.
How about some of the numbers for Larry Sanders? Recent weeks have been really kind to his game. He's put forth some solid performances. He's averaging 11 points a game, 13 rebounds, and over 2.5 blocks. And on both ends of the floor, he's the guy they look to take up space inside.
You know, the thing I like about him is he's a big man underneath, and he plays like a big man. He gives you everything you want from a player of his size.
And, you know, the rebounding edge here has been key because they're getting a lot of extra possessions offensively as a result.
Guys, you're absolutely right. It's made all the difference.
And Walters kicks to Henson. Pass to Dudley. Atlanta with the rebound. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to the Raptors.
Yeah, and when the game went into overtime, the confidence of both teams seemed to go in opposite directions. And they were on the wrong side of that equation.
And that's the case a lot of times when you have an uneven matchup like that, Steve. We've seen it before. The longer it stays close, the more confidence the underdog gains. John Henson, a 6'11" rim protector, was a beanpole coming into the league, but he's managed to bulk up over the last couple of seasons, and, you know, that's really helped him to hold his ground on the inside.
Here's Carroll. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. Carroll's got 10 points in the game.
Ran his man straight into that screen to open the lane up for the hoop.
Here's Walters. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Back to Mayo. He kicks it to Walters. There's a screen, and the call will go against the great. That is his first foul of the game. Kent Bazemore's checked in for Mack.
Second team foul. Coming on the floor for the Hawks, Kent Bazemore.
Pass to Mayo. Five to shoot. The Bucks need to get a shot off here. Here's Walters. Traps in the tray. Walters got himself on the board with 3 there.
I'm not sure that was the play they had set up, but it was too good a look to pass up.
Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Here's the great. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Milwaukee's gotten the 3-ball working for them in the second half. They've hit 3 out of 3 shots from long range. Good. Atlanta's gotten 1 of 6 three-pointers to drop since coming out of the locker room at halftime. Passes it to Bazemore. The feed to Cephalosha. Brand, a screen on Dudley. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen. Well, among the centers and power forwards of the NBA, these are the players with the softest touch around the bucket. Some terrific shooting percentages for the big men. Larry Sanders is second.
You know, it's one thing to be able to create high-quality shots for yourself, but you still have to finish. And there's no doubt all those guys can do both.
Yeah, every sentence needs a period. It's one thing to get the shot off, but you need to finish. You need to take care of business in there. Most of their chances are easy ones.
59 seconds left in the third quarter. Screen by Sanders. And Walters kicks to Sanders. Powered down after the assist, let him into the lane. And that's a double-double for him now. 11 points and 12 rebounds.
I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spot. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be.
Milwaukee's gone downtown 13 times in this game, and they're just over 50%. 7 of 13 on threes. To the wing right side. Dudley dishes to Walters. There's the pass to Henson. That's good. Henson's got 16.
Boy, guys, they've shown some great passing on their last few trips down the floor. Excellent.
Yeah, that's 4 straight trips, guys, where their passes have ended up in scores. 4 straight assists. Great team play.
No good from Brand.
More often than not today, those shots have not dropped for him.
Here's Walters. He has 5. The 3 from Dudley. And it's in. Oh, wow. He nails the buzzer beater.
Oh, what a 3 at the horn. They end the quarter on a high note. Shot.
I'll say that'll put a little bounce in their step coming back out of this break.
It's been a passing display all night long as the State Farm assist of the game features 1 of 12 assists, Steve, we've seen tonight from Knight. Fourth quarter on the court for the Hawks. The great in at point guard. Kent Bazemore is out there with Payne. Then there's Dennis Schroeder. And it's Ontich in at the center position. Marshall passes to Dudley. Dishes it to Marshall.
Well, a new award in the NBA starting 2 seasons ago, the Twyman Stokes Best Teammate, and the first honoree was Chauncey Billups.
Bazemore passes to the great. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. The great's got 19 points.
Really tough to get that shot off with the size differential there. That's not an individual matchup he's going to win every time, especially in the post.
Very well done. I didn't think he had any business operating down there with the big fellas.
Now Bayless, 6 on the shot clock, all alone. That is good. And the names of that award memorializes the incredible story of Jack Twyman and Maurice Stokes. Stokes, an NBA All-Star in each of his first 3 seasons, but in a game in 1958, he took a hard fall, hit his head, and thereafter became paralyzed.
One of the saddest and most moving stories in the history of sports. Stokes was waived by the team, and his family couldn't afford his gigantic medical bills, but his teammate, Jack Twyman, worked tirelessly on his behalf. A tremendous story of love, caring, and service in a tough situation.
They swipe it. Here's the great. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. Bayless grabs the board. The Bucks shooting indicative of smooth offensive play. Up at 60%. They're a machine from the floor. And the layup's good off the glass. Guys, we see teams taking a more data-driven approach. Analytics now, a big part of things. You see that in the front office. And Steve, that brings in some new faces.
Yeah, in fact, in the last 2 years, over a third of the NBA teams have hired new decision makers. So only a couple played in the league, the majority being, more of the analytical types. So there's definitely been a sea change in terms of NBA leadership.
The Bucks have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Marshall with it, now guarded by the great. Down low, here's Pachulia, and the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
I really think that's the area they want to work the ball into, and it takes passing like that to get it done. And for basketball lifers looking for roles in front offices, I think it's natural to feel threatened by the influx of more analytical minds. The feeling is, and I think it's an accurate one, that those analytical minds are favored because a lot of the owners come from a similar educational background in terms of being comfortable with numbers and wanting to measure things more and attach value to measurements as opposed to feel and experience of playing.
There's the pick. To the paint, here's Ontich. Offensive rebound, Payne. And the layup falls. Payne's got 4 points this quarter.
Boy, where was the box out? Too easy on that second chance opportunity.
Yeah, no box out is what happened there. Those kind of mistakes on the glass will kill a team.
Well, I don't think the math guys are going away anytime soon in the NBA. I think the best organizations kind of take a holistic approach. They incorporate advanced stats and cap specialists, but there's also a lot of thought in terms of players who fit and experience and youth. It really is kind of one big concoction.
Another pass put right into the shooter's pocket, right in the shooting pocket for a terrific assist. They've done a lot of that today.
Yeah, it's something we haven't seen much of at the other end of the floor, though.
No good from the great. The Bucks have gone 5 of 6 from the field to start the fourth quarter on a roll. And Dudley kicks to Marshall. Here's Bayless. That falls. Great assist by Marshall. Here's the great. Well, guys, the D-League, a test bed for ideas that might, make their way to the NBA. And one thing we've seen there is a mission to get games down to 2 hours in length. They really want to shorten the length of these games.
Well, they've banned consecutive timeouts. They've reduced their number overall. The idea is to hold viewers' attention and provide time certainty for the broadcasters.
The Bucks making a switch here. Middleton's checked in. And a change for the Hawks. Max checked in. Ilyasova dishes to Bayless. Ilyasova passes to Bayless. Kicks it to Ilyasova. Shot clock at 5. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
And no question, he got bumped on that shot.
Definitely no room for discussion on that one.
That free throw good from Ilyasova.
Over the years, we've seen injuries bother the same people over the course of their careers, while other players seem to stay healthy. And it may be just genetic makeup, it could be off-season training, but it does seem that staying healthy can almost be considered a skill rather than just luck of the draw.
The Bucks have gotten it done so far from the field here in the fourth, going 6 for 7. And Marshall kicks to Middleton. Ilyasova passes to Marshall. Now Pachulia. And he gets it to go. Injury management, such a big part, Clark, of the game today. So many factors going to staying healthy in the NBA and all sports for that matter. How a player is built, how they train, how they play. And then there's that X factor, luck.
Yeah, no question, Kevin. I mean, we used to talk about the durability of what Russell Westbrook, a player who really hadn't missed a game since his high school days, and then all of a sudden a player crashes into his knee and he's out and has multiple repercussions from that. So as a player and even as a broadcaster, I like to say you've got to control what you can control.
An easy layup after coming off the pick.
That's just a case of two teammates working perfectly together, one setting the screen and the other using it to get that separation.
They set the pick. Here's the great. Oh, that's blocked. Here's Middleton. The dish to Marshall.
Well, guys, maybe the most important play in the NBA that isn't really tracked at all is the screen. A good one can make a huge difference in creating a high percentage shot, but it's a play that so often goes overlooked.
And he's going up for the alley-oop. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Feeds it to Ilyasova. Here's the 3. Atlanta with the rebound. Doncic has got 3 rebounds so far in the game. And screens, Clark, getting more attention with modern scouting. The old stats look at the outcome of a play, a make, a miss. It's like evaluating chess by only the checkmate.
No, I agree. I mean, you start to dig deeper and get to other layers of how you analyze the numbers and how that affects how you game plan to discover the tendencies of players. And all of that you're doing in an effort to become more successful.
The Bucks have gone 8 of 11 from the field in the final period. Great shooting down the stretch. Ilyasova dishes to Marshall. That drops.
You know what? That's what you like to see. A perfect pass leading him right into the shot. Didn't even have to break stride.
There's a good screen. And it's Payne in the corner. Here's Mack. Payne passes to the great. Marshall with the steal. Now the Bucks moving it up. Marshall's running, and here they go. Here's Middleton. That ball. Great assist by Marshall. Marshall's got 3 assists now in this one. And we'll get a look at how the hustle stat game has been going for Milwaukee.
Boy, defensively, they've played with a high energy level, guys, and all the steals we've seen, really a result of that aggressiveness.
Yeah, I think you also have to give them a lot of credit for how well they've risen up to meet shooters, to challenge shots in this game. A lot of blocked shots tonight.
He feeds it to Middleton. He dishes it to Ilyasova. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. And Marshall kicks to Bayless. And again, it's Milwaukee converting.
Well, this is what happens when he gets on a roll. You are not going to see a better rhythm shooter than him.
Here's the great. It's rebounded by Ilyasova.
Their rebounding has been off the charts today, guys. Reason number one, this game is out of hand.
Exactly. The score is right where you'd expect it to be when the battle on the boards is that lopsided. You know, an interesting study came out recently that argued that steals are really undervalued, not just because they create high percentage scoring opportunities at the other end, but also there just aren't that many players who really excel in that area.
Henson checked in for Milwaukee. The Hawks shooting it well here in the fourth quarter, 50%. Pass to Ontic. Here's the great. Goes up on the wing. And again, it's Atlanta. So it's the Bucks now. Marshall with it. He kicks to Bayless. Pass to Henson. Marshall dishes to Middleton. Just 4 to shoot. Misses the 3.
Boy, just by his body language, Kevin, you can tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Yeah, a little frustrated now, shaking his head after that miss.
Mack, the pass to the great. In the corner, Bazemore with it. Again, the Hawks score.
It was almost like he was surprised to be that wide open, yet he knocked it down.
Milwaukee has gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. And Marshall kicks to Middleton. There's 1:34 left to play here in the fourth. And there's a nice one-handed slam.
This game's over, guys. I think we can say that with certainty.
Yeah, I agree with you there. We have officially reached garbage time.
And we head to the final buzzer in a crushing blowout. Big-time dominance. This will go in the books as a really gaudy win for the Bucks.
But, Steve, you know, you don't see this kind of a blowout often. But tonight, this is a quality win across the board to deliver out, Clark, this kind of punishment.
Well, you know what? I thought they did a nice job of playing against the game. They kept the pressure on and clearly were dominant in every area.
And a milestone win for the season. This will push their victory total to 20 wins even.
They will walk out of here riding high today. Big win over a conference foe that they split their previous 2 meetings with.
Steve, one more game left against them, and there's no doubt they can build off this win and beat them a third time.
And if you had to pick one player who would maybe take over everyone else in terms of picking up his game, it was, I think, that kind of a night for John Henson. Every inch of the floor was his tonight as he came out and injected energy into every play that was made out there.
So far, we've seen them be a bit careless with the ball.
Guys, untidy. You've got to value the possession of the basketball.
I know you agree with that, Steve.
No, totally. You got to play with control and composure, Kevin. Well, their offense has kicked into gear, but seems to have arrived a little bit too late.
And as a coach, that can really be frustrating. I mean, your guys were stumbling along for most of the game, and now, when it's basically over, they finally decide to come alive.
Bayless dishes to Henson. From 13, it's rebounded by the great.
Very porous defense down there by the hoop. He probably should make that one.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Here's the screen. In the corner, Bazemore with it. Passes it to Ontic. And that one's good.
They'll take as many of those looks as they can get.
There's 14 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And here is Marshall. And the call will go against the great. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
Frustration foul there. You've got to maintain your composure.
Yeah, he lost his cool there, Steve. I mean, you can understand it, but you can't excuse it.
And so it's the Bucks taking care of business in this one. You know, Clark, every team has a bad night, and these guys might want to watch the tape of this game the next time they have a bad night to remind themselves how dominant they can be.
Well, this is one of those dreamlike games for a coach.
And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, congratulations on the win, Brandon. And what did you guys do well tonight that helped contribute to your success?
We just stayed focused. Today we were able to continue to, try to stick to our game plan, get stops, and, just continue to crash the boards. We were able to stay to, true to what we practice and, what we believe in.
It all came together for you, Brandon. Thank you so much. Guys?
Thank you, Doris. So that'll do it for now. For Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for joining us for this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.
Yo, what's going on tonight? I'm running free all over the court and you didn't even give me the rock.
Man, what are you talking about?
I'm talking about making sure I get my touches, yo. Move the basketball, share it with your teammates, make the extra pass so that we get easy looks. Got it?
You might be right, man. I probably did have a little tunnel vision out there tonight. Next game, I'll make sure I share the ball more with you, all right? Cool?
Cool.